Two economic trends coming head to head this summer: rising gas prices and the return to office. A recent study found that of those asked to return to the office 5 days a week, less than half have actually done so. That may due in part because of $5 a gallon gas, now the national average. So we asked you on Twitter in our poll, does the rising price of gas impact your office plans? And the overwhelming response, 76% say yes. Rising gas prices do indeed impact my desire to return to the office. Rochelle, what do you think? Is this something we're going to see actually drive down that number of people who are going back into the office even 3 days a week?
I mean, you think it has to. If every time you go to the pub, say over the last 3-4 weeks, it's another 5 cents. Now we're about to hit $5 a gallon. It's too much. People have to try and cut somewhere. So if you're still able to be productive and work from home, I mean, I certainly would choose to work from home on days like this when the gas is nearing $5 a gallon. I mean, employers have to understand that. They have to either perhaps offer some sort of perks for their workers to make it more palatable to come into the office, maybe throw in some snacks, do something to make it a little easier for people.
Well, we're already seeing employees do this. Google Map contract employees, actually last month, and just around the middle of May, they signed a petition to keep working from home. Part of that reason, one was health. The other part of the reason was for high gas prices. And when you take a look at states that have even higher than the national average that we're seeing at $4.99 today, I think we're seeing more and more workers a little bit more hesitant to return to the office, especially if they are driving to and from work each day. And also, I just want to bring up Yardeni Research. They were out with figures in mid-May. Now, it's probably skyrocketed since then, but they were saying U.S. households are spending the equivalent of $5,000 a year on gasoline. That's compared to $2,800 a year ago, $3,800 as recently as March. We've seen that steady increase in the price of gas. So it's probably $6,000, maybe $6,500 in the not too distant future, Dave.
Yeah, and I think out here where we are in the Northeast, you're less inclined to hear these types of responses because most people tend to take the train. And those prices, though they have gone up, not directly related to the price of gas. But we just showed the price in California. On average, it's $6.42. One would guess that's where you are hearing a lot of workers, probably the greatest number in the country, say, yes, this is a reason I do not want to return to the office. What will employers do? Will they offer some type of incentive? Or I can't help but imagine that employers right now will see this price of gas. We're still 6 weeks away from a likely peak. Usually doesn't happen until early to mid-August, so we could be north of $5.50. By the end of the summer, maybe these employers say, let's take the rest of the summer and remain hybrid. Trivago, who we had on earlier, 4 days a month, they require people to come into the office.
And you have to keep in mind, if you're a lower income worker, it's already a lot of pressure on you already. So to factor in the fact you have to make the same commute perhaps as people earning more, but you're not getting as much back, I do think it's a tall ask. Hopefully employers do have a bit of sympathy and try and help some of their employees in that regard. We will have to leave it there. That does it for me, Rochelle Akufo, Dave Briggs and Shauna Smith. We'll be back, of course, on Monday at 3 p.m. And, of course, Yahoo Finance will be back at 9 a.m. Eastern on Monday. See you then. Have a good weekend.